Mississippi officials, you know what they did? They gave millions of dollars to rich people, including Brett Favre. They gave a bunch of money to the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase. What the hell does Ted DiBiase have to offer the state of Mississippi and his son? Now, remember, Mississippi is experiencing a water crisis like no other. Jackson, Mississippi, 85, 90% African American. So let's talk about all this money. I'm talking about $70+ million going to people who did not deserve it. All right. Let's put up Brett Favre's picture. Let's go ahead and do this the right way here. Brett Favre, favorite of many, is one of the individuals who received a whole lot of money to do speaking engagements. Brett Favre was recently questioned by the FBI for his involvement in a Mississippi welfare money scandal. According to reports, Favre was paid $1.1 million in federal welfare funds in 2017 to 2018 for motivational speeches he allegedly never gave. Although Favre has now paid some of the money back, the Mississippi state auditor says he still owes $228,000 in interest. Keep his picture up. You see that guy, Brett Favre? Welfare queen, right there. Okay? $1.1 million of taxpayer money from a welfare program in Mississippi. There's more. Let's put up the $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, and his son. The $1 million man, Ted DiBiase's Christian nonprofit received more than $2 million in federal welfare funds from the state of Mississippi. The payment began shortly after DiBiase's son, Brett, aka Ted DiBiase Jr., was hired by the MDHS. Okay. The younger DiBiase, a former wrestler himself who worked for the Heart of David before being hired as the department's deputy administrator, resigned his post after 9 months. He was one of 6 people indicted last week and accused of embezzling how much? $4.15 million, once again, in welfare funds. $48,000 of which was used to pay for Brett's treatment at a luxury drug rehab facility in California. Ted DiBiase Sr., his name and Heart of David do not appear in the indictments. The auditor also revealed something. The auditor revealed that $70 million in temporary assistance for needy families, welfare funds, were dished out to a millionaire athlete, a professional wrestler, a horse farm, and a volleyball complex. According to officials, Brett Favre has not been charged, and his lawyer has repeatedly claimed Favre did nothing wrong, but there's a bigger issue here. Let me stop just for a moment on this point. To the attorney of Brett Favre, if Brett Favre did nothing wrong, then why did Brett Favre pay the money back excluding interest? If Brett Favre did nothing wrong, why have we not been able to see a clear indication of work provided? He was paid for speaking. That's already insane, okay? He's a multimillionaire, and the state of Mississippi is the poorest damn state in the United States of America. So if he did nothing wrong, show me the receipts of the work he performed. Just show me one speaking engagement. Did he do one? Did he come and speak to at least one event? There's more.
That young lady killed by a rich kid. That rich kid barely gets a slap on the wrist. So damn sad. Her name, let's put a full picture up. Her name is Monique Munez. The family of a woman who was killed when a rich teenager ran a red light while driving a Lamborghini SUV in Los Angeles. They have reached a settlement in the case. I'm going to get to that settlement in a moment. Let me give you some background. On February 17th, 2021, investigators say Munez was on her way home from work at UCLA Health when she was hit and killed by the teen driver at the intersection of Olympic Boulevard and Overland Avenue. Let's put up a picture of the teen that did this. His name is Brendan Curry. 17 at the time, officials said Curry was speeding at 106 miles per hour at the moment of impact. According to prosecutors, he had been street racing against a female friend and swerving in and out of traffic for several blocks before the crash. That's according to prosecutors. Let me show you the crash scene. Okay, look at that. All right, he killed a person. Prosecutors confirmed the teen's provisional driver's license had been suspended at the time of the crash, not even licensed to drive. They also learned that he had been cited twice for speeding by the Beverly Hills Police Department in 2020, including driving 72 miles per hour on surface streets. Although the fatal crash happened on February 17th, Curry was not charged until April 7th. Relatives of the victim and activists had alleged the charges had not been filed earlier because of the wealth and influence of the teen's father. James Curry, described by Forbes as a multimillionaire who owns several real estate firms, manufacturing companies, and an e-commerce business. Before the deadly crash, Curry and his father often posted on social media platforms about their involvement in illegal speed exhibitions, often with each other. You see them there. It says, "My son and I hanging out, cruising the hills. Everyone knows whose car is faster." Now, let me highlight a few elements so far. You have a young lady, a hardworking young lady who is now dead. You have a privileged child, a privileged teenager who has been enabled, empowered, and protected by his family. These bad habits, these corrupt ways permeated to the culture of the next generation, being this teenage killer. He's allowed to drive, not even having a damn license. Driving high-powered vehicles that I'm sure he probably could not get insurance for by himself. There's more. What was the punishment? All right, somebody's dead, he's negligent. It is criminal. There's an impact to society, which means you need to now pay a penalty, a debt you owe, right? That's how this works. It's America.